Let's show how to use a parcel search. Let's start by coming over the top right corner of our screen and left clicking parcels. Then we can click the search parcels bar, and now you'll see where we can create a query to search for parcels. Let's start by looking at the area filter. It defaults to none, but if we left click the drop down arrow, we can see that we can change it to the active viewport or the active area of interest. In previous videos, we've showed how to use a area of interest or create area of interest, and you can use those to create parcel searches. We can also use the active viewport, and we'll do that here. We'll left click active viewport, and maybe we can zoom in a little bit closer. That way we can show how it filters using your active viewport. So it'll be what you see here on your map now that we've zoomed in, excluding what you cannot see. As well, we can left click states, and you'll see the various 50 states of the US able to search, including the District of Columbia as well. But we'll leave that as it is. Additionally, for efficiency, we can reduce or increase the number of results that are shown from our parcel search. For this instance, we'll choose 100, and that way it'll show us less results, and it's just easier to sift through those. Well, I'll show you how to use the sort by and the descending checkbox after we choose some attributes to do our parcel search. It'll make it a little bit more clear what those are used for. So we can left click our attribute, and then we can search for any of the attributes we have data for. So perhaps we want to look at the crops that are grown on this land. We can left click cropland majority category. And we can do, it gives you two different options, either is equal to or is not equal to. So perhaps you want to look for everything but a certain crop, you can go is not equal to, or you can go is equal to, and you can just search for that individual crop. And in this instance, we get another list of values that we can search for, which are various crops. So we can scroll down a little bit, and let's left click corn, because we know some corn is grown in our area of interest or our active viewport. Additionally, we can add a clause by left clicking add clause, and this gives us an additional attribute to search for. And as you'll see a little bit to the right of that, it says match all clauses, and in parentheses says and. If we left click that, it switches it to or. So this can choose if we're searching for two different things with the or that our search contains both of those attributes. So the or, again, being one or the other attribute, and being both attributes. We can left click add clause, and now we can add other attributes. So we'll left click the attribute again, and let's choose one of our other attributes, perhaps cultivated hydric soil. And in this case, it'll default to a percentage of that. If you'll see there just below, you can choose acreage as well if that's what you're looking for. But in this case, we'll just look for the percentage. And again, this gives us a range of different ways we can search with that value. So we can either put in a specific value if we're looking for something specific. Perhaps we can do less than or equal to, depending on what you're looking for. In this case, let's put greater than or equal to, and let's put in about 10%. So any land that's cultivated hydric soil, 10% or greater, and is grown corn will show. And again, I'll remind us that perhaps you want to left click the match clauses or how to stack clauses. If you choose or, it would either search for corn or the cultivated hydric soil. But in this case, we want both, so we'll stick with and. I'll go back over those sort by and descending options now that it makes a little more sense now that we've added some attributes. So with our attributes added, when we run our search, our results will be shown by these sort by and descending options that we select. So perhaps we want to sort by acres, and as you can see, if we select the drop down, it gives us all of our different ways we can sort given attributes. And then if we left click the descending option, it will show us our results in descending order with the greatest amount of acreage at the top and then descending from there. So now we can go ahead and run our search. Now that our search is completed, we can take a look at the results. Let's left click view details and it'll show us the parcels that we found. As you can see in the top left hand corner, the acreage is shown in descending order, with the largest being about 1,000 acres. We can do a couple things with this data. Perhaps we want to export it. We can left click export data to a CSV, and this allows us to do a number of things by downloading all the available data. You can use this for bookkeeping or additional calculations. As well, we can left click the select columns in the top of our window here, and this is where we'll show what attributes are being shown for that parcel when we go to look at individual parcels. So as you see on our left, those are all the active parcel attributes. So when we go and click a parcel, it'll show all these attributes when we click on that parcel. If we want to remove active parcels, we can left click the checkbox, and now that's removed from our active parcel, and it'll show up again in the inactive. And similarly, if we want to add something, we can come over to the inactive pane and we can scroll down and we can find other attributes that we can add. So perhaps land use code is something we're interested in. We left click that, and now it shows up in our active parcel attributes. And at any time we can change these and turn these off and on. Additionally, if we want to see our attributes in a certain type of format, we can select these 6 dots here and click and drag parcel numbers up to the top. And now we'll see parcel numbers first, both in the parcel details window, and again, we'll see it when we select on an individual parcel, it'll be at the top. So we'll close this for now, and we'll go and look at an individual parcel to see some additional options. So we'll left click this eye icon, and it'll bring it to the parcel that we selected. In this case, it's that 1,000-acre parcel. So as you see, it brought us directly to the parcel we selected. And now if we left click in our parcel area where it's highlighted red, in our left hand corner, now it shows us our parcel attributes. And again, you'll see how we dragged the parcel number to the top earlier. It puts our parcel number here at the top. And we can move this window by left clicking and dragging and making it available anywhere on our map that's best for you. We'll take a look at some other options by left clicking the settings icon, this little gear here, and we'll left click that, and it opens the identify settings. So you'll see right now we have show attributes with empty values off. So that's showing us that only attributes that are available are shown here. So if there's no data for those attributes, they're not shown. If we left click, now we can show attributes that have no data. So if you come over to your parcel information window, you now see that some attributes display an NA, which means there's no data for those layers. And then we can simply left click and it makes those values disappear again. And then again, we can left click this show only user selected attributes, and that's again when we toggle those active and inactive. That's what this checkbox does here. So if we left click that, then it's just the default selected attributes, but if we click it, it's all of our user selected attributes. That's it for our parcel search.